Alright, I just did my Neutral Milk Hotel cover. It's Friday morning around like 10 a.m. I usually don't do this in the morning, but for some reason I got the urge to just get this out of the way so I could eat breakfast. So I'm trying to see if I can do a little bit better without eating before I perform anything. So this is my Anatomy of a Song series. I believe this is number 8 that I've done so far. I'm gonna do them as videos now as I become more comfortable on camera. I can show things better than just playing audio files and sharing audio files. This song is very simple. Like I think it's only 2 chords, like the whole song. I never really tried to compose it. It was just in my head how it went, and it's led by a horn. I don't have any horns available, so I can't pretend to do the horn thing. But this entire song is based on a horn riff. It's very much like a soul song. If you ever heard of the Crusaders Street Life, which I used to have out on vinyl, the Crusaders Street Life, it's kind of like that. It's kind of a darker soul song, but it's called Beacons. The reason I picked this one is because it's unlike anything I've done. Or I'm sorry, the song is called Kid Kansas. Don't ask me why it's called that. It has no meaning at all. But it's from the Beacons album, which was one of the first ones I came up with. I don't know, probably 10 years ago. When I went back and looked at the songs on this album, I wanted to make it into like a soul album with horns throughout and like soul melodies and like that deep guttural singing. I'm gonna do my best to kind of mimic that again, like I did with the gospel choir on the Crime and Punishment one. But this is when I practiced this song yesterday. It became like a two chord ditty, and I was like, it's still cool with only 2 chords, but I have to add something else because it's kind of boring to just have 2 chords the whole time. E minor. That's basically the entire song. I had to add something different. So this week is kind of interesting. I'm going to be like writing this song as I'm talking about what this song means to me. I'm adding like another part, which I kind of already came up with. I added a bridge because I was bored with the song being only 2 chords the entire time. I still think it works because the horns will carry the melody, and I'll give you the interpretation of the horn melody right now because it carries the whole song. Something like that. So it's like I think it works best with E minor and then like that C chord with the G. But I was also messing around with it down here. Maybe you could come up with a funkier way to play it than just the E minor and C. It's something like that. Like this is kind of cool. I'm like writing this song as I'm doing this with you right now. See, all you strange people watching this are like my co-writers to this song right now. I hear cool bass lines throughout this too, like boo boo boo. Bass lines kind of, I don't know how to write bass lines. Something like that. Boo boo doo doo boo doo 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 boo doo 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 boo doo doo boo doo 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 boo doo 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 boo doo doo boo doo 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 boo doo boo doo 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 doo. I've never tried playing bass guitar, so that's probably the best way I could try to vocalize what I hear in my head. But anyway, I'm kind of going off the track here. Anyway, so this song is called Kid Kansas. It's pretty simple. Like I said, it's only 2 chords. I'll sing the vocal melody to you. Oh, children, don't come around here no more. Indecision, a kinder, gentler warrior scorn. All the vandals miss their target by miles and miles. Head spinning, bought assurance it's open wide. Just how did we make it this dun 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 bow dun 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 bow dun dun bow dun dun. That's the chorus. Just how did we make it this far? Dun dun dun, but dun. Yeah, how did we make it? Dun, 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 dun. Just how did we make it this far? Dun, 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 dun. Just how did we make it? Dun, dun. Like, I'm picturing the Otis Redding voice, like the deep guttural voice there. But it could be fuzzy guitars too. Like, I just did Neutral Milk Hotel cover of Holland 1945, but you could have that fuzzy guitar and the horns. Maybe this is influenced by Neutral Milk Hotel subconsciously, which is why I decided to cover this, or to share this song and cover Neutral Milk on the same week. I don't know. But that's basically the verses. Dun, dun, now. Do 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 do. But do 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 do. I think it's catchy. Every song on this album is kind of like in this direction. This concept album is horns and stuff, soul songs like that. I hear this as a soul song primarily, but you can mix some shoegaze, some fuzzy guitar parts to make it different. I just want it to be loud more than anything. I want it to be loud and in your face like that. Now, the second verse is the same thing. Freedom spreads the audience wide. Contradictions not on company time. Grinds the gridlock, darling Clementine. Waging future, fading in the family. Just how do we make it this time? You get the idea. There's also vocals during that chorus part as the horns go nuts with the dun 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 dun. Just how did we make it this far? Yeah, how did we make it? Just how did we make it this far? Yeah, how did we make it? Now, you can see how that's kind of a boring. I'm not going to say this is a boring song, but only 2 chords the whole time. There are songs that do that, but I felt like I had to add something else. So this is something I just kind of came up with a little bit last night and a little bit before I started this video. It starts with a B. This would be like the bridge part of the song, so I don't have lyrics for it. Something. I don't have a good transition yet from the bridge back to the chorus. But the song will end just with the chorus after that bridge part. That bridge can be changed to suit it a little bit better, but it would be something along those lines. After I make this video, I'll try to perfect it, and I'll try to write lyrics for it to add to the post I make. It'll be something simple. I don't even know what the song's about, really. It's gonna be something like that, because I feel like you need to have a bridge here, and the horns could play during it, or some kind of other music. There could be some other part to mix this song up a little bit. transition, I think, from this chord. It just goes back to, it's just the B chord, right? So this whole song is carried by the horn. I hope you could kind of see where I'm going with this idea. Like I could get a fake program and make the horn thing, I guess, but I see it just as a simple horn melody. I guess a trumpet. I don't know horns, man. I didn't take band stuff in school. I guess that would be like a trumpet, whatever. Horn people that know horn stuff, you could make up the horn thing and whatever it is, it is. But that's the main melody. I'm not sure how to do the bass yet. I don't know bass stuff, man. Somebody who can play bass guitar could come up with something cool to follow the horn riff or come up with something to clash with it. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities for studio trained musicians to come up with a cool jam. I've never been in a band, but I figure a band will get together and somebody would be like, yeah, I have a cool riff, and they would just jam on it, and that's how they write the song. So that's how I picture this song. People could come up with cooler bass lines, cooler solos, even, or bridge part could be worked on. This isn't a finished product, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of possibilities with this song. I compared it to the Crusaders' Street Life. If you look up that song, it's from like the 70s, but it's not disco. It's like more soul and jazzy. I just really like that song, Street Life. It's just a cool song, man. And it's like long. It's like 7 or 8 minutes long. If they just keep going with that main melody, and it's really catchy. And I don't know where I found that. Someday, long time, maybe like 10 years ago, I found that song. I don't think it affected when I wrote this song, but that's what I'm going for. Like, if I had to compare this to one song, it would be Street Life by the Crusaders. And I like how that song goes for like 7, 8 minutes. Maybe there's a radio version too that's only 3 or 4 minutes, a radio edit. But I like the long version because this could end which is an epic musical jam with just the dun 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 down dun 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 bum bum bum. And just get heavier and heavier and heavier with the horns and the bass. So many ripping guitar solos. That's how I see it ending. I can't really show you what I hear in my head as clearly as I'd like to, but I think these videos give you an idea of if the song could work. And this is a catchy melody, man. When did I write this? Like the main horn melody was written um, over 10 years ago. I was at work in Philadelphia. I include this story in my book, but I might as well share it here too. And something happened. Some of our advertisements didn't get installed, so after my other duties were done, I took the ads and I went to install them at like some random subway stations and throughout Philadelphia, or rail stations, not subway. And when I was driving to these stations in the evening, the horn riff just popped in my head. Dun, 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 and that was the whole thing. Later on, I came up with the "Oh children, don't come around here no more." Didn't tell you, I came up with that later, but this entire song centered on that one little riff that I came up with in my head, the horn melody. And that's how a lot of my songs came out. Like this is the first song off of the Beacons album because it was the first one I thought of that had horns featured. And then I just tried to come up with more songs in this vein, and hopefully I was successful with the other ones. I think Beacons only has 6 songs. Yeah, but even when my albums only have 6 songs or 8 songs, like I still want it to be at least 30 minutes. 35 minutes is the sweet spot. I don't like albums that are longer than 40 minutes. Every one of my albums I would like to keep like around 40 minutes, 45 minutes, because once you get to an hour, over an hour, it's bloated, man. It's going to be bloated whether you try not to make it bloated or not. So even my albums that only have 6 songs, I would try to have 8-minute songs, like I said, 7-minute song, 8-minute songs, and you get to 30 plus minutes. I have weird OCD with that. Like I need to have even numbers of tracks, either 6, 8, 10, or 12. Like I can't have an album with 7 songs or 9. I have weird OCD with stuff like that. And 30-minute thing, yeah. At the end of the year, like I always pretend I'm a reviewer and I review albums and put ratings on albums. And if an album isn't 30 minutes long, I don't even listen to it, or I'll listen to it, but I won't include it in my top albums of the year if it's not 30 minutes at least. Like the Shellac album last year was awesome, and it would have been like in my top 20 probably, Shellac, but it wasn't 30 minutes. It was like 29 something. So I didn't include it because it wasn't 30 minutes. I have weird stuff like that that I try not to let affect my songwriting. OCD is weird like that. But it's not like it's not like infringing on my creativity. I just have weird stuff that I have to have. Like it makes me feel better at the end of the day. I don't know. I'm sure other people can relate to this, but that's pretty much the entire song. And it's called Kid Kansas. No idea. I just thought it sounded cool. I don't know what that means. It sounds like a cartoon from the 80s or like some comic book strip, Kid Kansas. I don't know what it means. It doesn't mean anything. Lyrically, I don't know what this song's about really. Um, Maybe just about how, like, I'm trying to explain my lyrics that I don't even understand them. This is what I'm talking about in my book a lot. Like, I write lyrics and I have no idea what I'm really talking about. I just want to come up with cool phrases and imagery that's cool. And maybe this song is more just about reaching levels of your life, different points of your life, different stages, and you're not really sure where you're going next. I think that's kind of what I was going for. There is an outro also, but it just plays with the chorus, and it's like spoken word. Now the brink, just out of reach, something like that. As the horns going at the end, this is like the outro. Now the brink, just out of reach. Now the brink, just out of reach. That's why I hear the soul voice, like just belting it out, like that soul, powerful voice. Just out of reach. I can't even pretend to do it. Now the brink, just out of reach. That's the outro. So when I make this post and I put it on my Substack, I'm gonna try to come up with lyrics for the bridge part that I just came up with last night and right now. This is the first time I made a video where I'm like adding parts to the song as I'm talking about it. It's not like I didn't know how the song would go, but I never actually tried to write the actual chords and everything for it. I knew how the song sounded in my head, but if I was in a room with a bunch of musicians and they were like, "Oh, how does this song go?" I would have to come up with something, and that's where I would start the process pretty much. Well, it's only two chords. And then hopefully the more professionally trained musicians would be like, that's cool. Why don't we do this and this? And then the song would become something at that point. Yeah, I'm at 30 minutes. I don't want to go more than 30 minutes. That's the end of this week. Um, I don't know. For some reason, I decided to do it in the morning because I don't want to eat anything before I do this. So that was the experiment, and I think it's better a little bit to do it in the morning and get it over with, and then I'll edit this later. Maybe I'll start doing it like that every Friday or Saturday, and I just hope people can get a sense of how the song would go. If you like old soul music from, I don't know, the 70s, even before the 70s, like I hear Otis Redding, that Charles Bradley, that type of voice. That was another song I could do, Changes. Like I love that song, the Charles Bradley version of Changes, the Ozzy Osbourne song. But that type of voice is what I'm hearing in my head, and that's about it. this is over 30 minutes. If you stuck this long, then hopefully you think this song could be made into something cool. And yeah, I'm gonna stop it here.